International Racing 2025. It is 3-year-olds in the Saudi Derby, all part of the racing action in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, February 22nd. They've got the Saudi Cup for $20 million and the Saudi Derby, $1.5 million for 3-year-olds US based, for 4-year-olds on the Southern Hemisphere. Let's take a look at some of the horses profiled here today. We've got Golden Vekoma, ships in from Dubai with a couple of wins. He's from first crop sire of 3-year-olds Vekoma, who was US based and won races like the Met Mile. Now Cyclone State enters for trainer Chad Summers, ships in from New York. He won a couple of races, an allowance race, small field that day, then came back and won the Jerome Stakes. He could be the speed of the race. We've got the Pride of Argentina, Gustino. He won an Argentinian Grade 1. Apples and Bananas goes for Joseph O'Brien. He won the Goff Millions. Mistress for Japan for Mr. Yahagi, who won this race in 2024 with Forever Young. Shin Forever, another one, Japan-based. He was 4th in a Grade 2, broke as maiden in Japan. Then you've got Fall Kahir. He's won 3 out of 4, including a 20-length victory, and Myriad Love, a Japan-based filly who beat the boys in December. Those are some of the highlights in the field of horses. Golden Vekoma, Cyclone State, Apples and Bananas, Shin Forever, and Fall Khalil, the most likely favorites, with the morning line favorite, Cyclone State. Of course, last year we saw a horse ship in from Tampa Bay and run second to Forever Young. Let's take a look at the highlights of the race. Cyclone State, he won an allowance race in the Big Apple Aqueduct Racetrack in New York. This was a small field, kind of got loose on the lead, won that day, really didn't need to go all out to win that race, and it was over a slow racetrack. Now Cyclone State came back in the Jerome Stakes. This one was another small field, kind of the favorite to co-favorite in the race. He was the lowest speed, went wire to wire, and Cyclone State won that race. They pretty much immediately announced they were going to go to Saudi for the Saudi Derby, and Cyclone State has been acclimated and could be the speed of the race in this race. Now Golden Vekoma, he's another one that should be forwardly placed, showed speed in the UAE 2000 Guinness, led at the 8th pole, took a little bit of a challenge late in that race from Honor Hart, who's going to be running in the UAE Derby next month. Golden Vekoma, definitely a contender after winning those 2 races in Dubai. Now, Myriad of Love won the Zen Nippon Nasai Yushan race. This was over the boys. Look at her kind of get the lead. Another one that's going to be forwardly placed, but the fractions in that race was a lot slower, so I'm not so sure Myriad of Love is going to be near the pace. I think with the faster fractions of Cyclone State and Golden Vekoma, Myriad of Love is going to be more off the pace after beating boys the last time for the fillies. Now, Myriad of Love is one of the Japan leaders in the road to the Kentucky Derby. She picked up 10 points in that Nisai Yushan race, and she's been pointing for this race. The goal is maybe to run the Saudi Derby, then go to the UAE Derby. Apples and Bananas. Fun name for the Goff Millions winner. Let's go back to that one. Kind of a stretch-long duel. Remember, they run the other counterclockwise. 3 wins and 5 starts. Joseph O'Brien trains, seems to be well meant. Got a little bit of some dirt influences in the pedigree, and I think Apples and Bananas is the type that should take to the Saudi dirt course in this race. Now, Mistress, another one, Mr. Yahagi, last year won it with Forever Young. He brings back Mistress this year. 4 starts, only 1 win, but another one that's really been pointing for this race. The Japan runners, they don't seem to lack in the conditioning. Mistress, definitely one to watch. Maybe about 8 or 9 to 1 overall odds on the morning line. Now, Shin Forever, a maiden win. Let's go back to that. 6 starts, 1 win. What I like about this one, he's got good action. I think he'll take to the turf. The sire is Complexity, who gets a lot of dirt runners in the United States out of a pulpit mare, another dirt influence in Shin Forever's pedigree as he goes to the dirt here in the Saudi Derby. Now, the Pride of Argentina is Gustino, Argentine bred, older horse, 4 starts, 3 wins, won a Grade 1. Look at this exciting race down the stretch, going nose to nose, to the finish line. Gustino picked up that win in the Argentinian stakes race, comes back here in the Saudi Derby. I think he'll make his presence felt. I don't think he needs the lead. I think he's another one that can come from off the pace, but I'm not sure what he can get a mile in, probably closer to a 139. The Saudi track does come up Derby, and it does have a long stretch in Saudi Arabia. Now, Fall Care, this one has won 3 out of 4 races, and you may not have heard about Fall Care, but this one purchased in the U.S. at the yearling sales. Let's go back to this big win. He took a licking this day and kept on ticking. A 20-length victory for Fall Care. And he did this one at almost a mile and a quarter, carrying 137 pounds. Now, the final time wasn't that great. It translates out to a mile and a quarter in about 2:09. But the fact that he did this in February, carrying that kind of weight and at that distance means shortening up. He'll probably be a little bit off the pace for Fall Care in this race. Definitely one to consider in the Saudi Derby. Now, the big questions, the Japan horses going turf to dirt for some of them. And then you've got the European horse, Apples and Bananas. The pace of the race, is it going to be Cyclone State or Golden Vacoma setting the pace at an eighth of a mile to go? And does Cyclone State try to get it to be that lone speed as he's got the faster fractions on paper? My top selection, I like the pedigree. I think he's going to handle the dirt. I'm going to go with Shin Forever. I like his action. I think being by complexity, he'll be able to get a mile. I'm going to play him in exactas over Cyclone State, Golden Vacoma, and Fall Care. If you look at some of the other contenders in the race, Cyclone State definitely has the speed of the race, and Fall Care, just the power in that victory. He's the home course based, 3 wins and 4 starts, and he should have the pedigree to get a mile. Needs to speed up in this race as another contender, Fall Care, to consider. The post positions have been drawn for the John Battaglia. That's going to be on Saturday. I've got a preview of that Kentucky Derby points race. Then you've got the Sunday race, the Honeybee, the Oaklawn races, the Rebel and the Honeybee are now going to be on Sunday. Mohima going to be the heavy favorite. Necessity and Take Charge My Lady are also contenders in that race. The Rebel post positions, Coal Battle, Sandman, Hypnus, Mattakit Road, all entered in the Rebel. Again, this race is now going to be on Sunday. A preview is up on the channel. And the morning line favorite is Sandman, but Admiral Dennis, Coal Battle, and Speed King, all contenders in that race. Next week, we go to the Fountain of Youth, the Gotham Stakes, and the San Felipe. March 8th, we've got the Tampa Bay Derby. Free racing picks for the Rebel Stakes on Sunday. The entire card, all top 3 picks in every race. That'll come out Sunday. And sign up for the Triple Crown Prospectus, 2,000 words every Monday on the Triple Crown Trail. Who do you like in the Saudi Derby? Share, like, comment, and subscribe. Support the channel. Share this video. And who do you like? Remember, D. Wayne Lucas always says, people have opinions, horses have the facts.